YouTube, welcome back. Happy Saturday to you. That's right. Getting a double header today. And boy, am I tired. But I gotta pump them out for you. That's what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to do. A little ugly outside today too, man. I don't know what happened to the sunshine. I thought we was about to get ready for spring. Apparently not. Fooled you. Fooled you. But yeah, check it out. I was talking to a friend today, right? And she was saying that she likes to go walking on these trails, you know, near her home. You know, with her boyfriend, of course. And because, you know, walking on trails for a female is never a good idea by yourself. I don't care if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Never a good idea. But she had mentioned that they go on these trails. And at certain points during the walk, it gets quite lonely out there. In other words, you might not see another person for quite a while. And me being safety-minded, safety conscious, first thing in my head was, okay, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do if somebody popped out on you? You know, the comment was, you know, well, my boyfriend's with me. No big deal. You know, he's 6 feet tall. I said, okay, that's cool and all. But what if the person that want to do something to you is 6'2"? Then what? What you gonna do? Oh, I'll just give him whatever he wants. I know she was joking. But my point was, you got to think about those things in advance. You got to think about protection in advance. Because no matter how tough you think you are, how big and bad you think you are, and I'm not speaking to her, I'm just speaking to anyone. There's always somebody out there that's possibly tougher, that's possibly bigger, and can be more overpowering than you. You gotta think about those things all the time. You can't walk through this world blindly with your head down, thinking that nothing will happen to you. Anything and everything can happen to you. Even today. It doesn't matter if there's cameras all over the place. Deep in the middle of a hiking trail, guess what? There's no cameras there. Guess who knows it? Guess who knows that? Your local criminal. Your local rapist. Your local thief. Your local murderer. All those types of people exist. Just because you don't read about it or hear about it on a daily basis doesn't mean it's not happening. Somewhere, someplace. My question to you is, do you want the next news report to be on you and about you? Of course, no one wants that for themselves. So you got to be aware of where you're going and where you're at all times. You got to think, well, if this happens, what's my next move? What do I have in my hands that can protect me and my loved one? If not in my hands, what can I get quick access to protect me and my loved one? Because things can go real bad in a moment's notice. A friendly face is not always a friend. You don't want to be in the middle of nowhere, defenseless. You don't want to think, oh, well, if I just yell and scream, help will be coming and running. Nah. Maybe eventually, but not when it needs to be there. I promise you that. What if you're in need of assistance and your cell phone doesn't work? Out in the middle of nowhere. Out on that hiking trail. What if your significant other is big and bad? But what if he's taken out? What if he's overpowered? What if he's faced with 2 or 3 assailants? I don't know how big and bad he has to be to deal with that. But that's not a situation I want to be put in. Not without some type of recourse. Not without some type of protection that can even out the odds for myself and my significant other. Because you got to realize, when danger comes, danger doesn't play fair. Danger does not make the odds even. Danger comes to hurt you, and to harm you, and to kidnap you, and to have their way with you. And you all know that once they get you in that vehicle, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. So if you ever find yourself being forced in the vehicle, you better fight for dear life. At that point, and at that point alone. You better kick, you better scream, you better bite, you better fight. Because if anyone's trying to take you, if they get you in a vehicle, 9.5 times out of 10, no one's ever going to see you again. Because that means whatever they want to do to you, they want to do it to you in private. They want to do it to you in seclusion. They want to do it to you undisturbed. Otherwise, they do it right then and there. So please, followers, don't play with your life out there in this world. Don't take nothing for granted. You only got one. You only got one. Remember that. You got one chance at this life. Always have some form of protection for yourself. If you're on a hiking trail somewhere, you keep something readily available in your hands. I don't care what it is, as long as you got something. If you got something, then you got a chance. I don't care if it's mace, a knife, a pew-pew, a stick, a bat, whatever the case is, you want to have something. something to protect yourself or even the odds against someone that's trying to harm you. I see a lot of women these days jogging around. And that's great as far as exercise is concerned. But they're jogging around with headphones on. Headphones on that completely tune out the world. So that if danger is coming from behind, you never know. You never know. It's not worth that 30 to 60 minutes time period of your life to not be aware of your full surroundings. Yeah, it may be fun. It may be convenient to be jogging around your neighborhood, listen to the latest tunes. I get that. Makes it a little bit easier to get the workout done. But you got to remember, you're vulnerable at that point. Especially if you're a woman. Especially if you're by yourself. You are vulnerable. And the bad guy knows this. Don't put yourself in those scenarios, in those situations. You want to be aware of your surroundings at all times. You want to be able to protect yourself at all times. Like I said, walking, running trails, that's fine and dandy. That's nice. It's exciting. Never do it alone if you can help it. Definitely never do it alone when dusk is about to fall or early in the morning when it's still nightfall down. I've seen women running around town when it's still dark outside early in the morning. I know you're trying to get it done before work or before the errands start. It's not a good time to get that done. Not a good time. All you gotta do is turn on the internet. All you gotta do is look at your local news source. Not only women, but people come up missing all the time. Lots of times it's due to them not paying attention to their surroundings. Them putting themselves in situations that put them at risk to begin with. Walking down the street with your head down and your eyes into your phone. That'll get you caught up. That'll get you simply hit and killed by a car. I've seen people walk into intersections with their head down and their nose into their phone. Life over with. For a brief moment, looking at a phone. It's not worth it. There's a time and a place for everything. You got to realize the danger that's going to come to you is usually outside of the walls of your home. So when you are outside the walls of your home, you need to have all your senses on alert. You don't want to be running and jogging and walking with earbuds on. You need all your senses. You need to be able to smell something that's out of the ordinary. You need to be able to see everything that looks suspicious. You need to be able to hear something that's approaching you from the back. I don't want anyone I know or any of my followers to become victims. It's too easy to be a victim. Some of you make it extremely easy to become a victim. I don't want to see that for you. The last thing I'm ever going to become is a victim. And let's say you survive that victimhood. Your life will never be the same. You're going to forever be traumatized. Your loved ones are going to be forever traumatized because of what you went through. You may have a relative that wants full revenge on the person that did you wrong and takes full revenge. Now guess what? Your relative is doing life. Or your relative got killed trying to get revenge for a situation that happened to you that was 100% avoidable. So don't put them in a situation where they have to retaliate against someone that hurt you, someone that tried to take advantage of you. Nip it in the bud from the start. Be on your P's and Q's 24/7. And of course, when you're home, you got your protection ready to go at home by whatever means you have. No one knows your home like you know your home. Place things in places that are relevant to you and only you. So that if you're forced into a room, you're forced into a portion of the home, you have protection. Never become a victim. To my friend that said they go hiking, bring protection with you. You have to think ahead. If your significant other gets hurt during an attack, what are you going to do? It doesn't necessarily have to be an attack from another human. It could be an attack from behind from a mountain lion, from any wild animal. Anything is a possibility out there in the world, outside the walls of your home. It's legal to carry a knife in most places. So if it's legal where you're at, then maybe you should carry one. You want to have something versus nothing. Your bare hands can only help you so much, and they can only go so far. Please think ahead in this day and age. Please plan for the worst this day and age. I don't want to see anything happen to any of you out there. But it happening or not is entirely up to you. And if someone attacks you, someone messes with you, make them regret that to the fullest of your capabilities. You put a hurt on them like they've never felt in their life. Because that's what they want to do to you. You give it to them first. You dish it out first. You are a survivor. You will be a survivor if you're on this channel. That's all we breed around here. We breed financial survivalists. We breed worldly survivalists. And we breed spiritual survivalists on this channel here. Remember, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to talk to you real as real can be. And what's realer than that? Keeping it all the way peanut. That's what it is. Peace out.